Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Weekly Options. Welcome back to the channel. Well, today is September 30th, the final trading day of the month, and today I made $24,224.01 in the market. And I did that on the backs of two successful trades. I traded McDonald's and I made some walking around money. I made $3,632. And then I also traded the weekly SPX call options and I made $20,591 in that option trade today. I'll show you exactly how I did it. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. And while you're down there, if you don't mind, go ahead and hit the like button. That'll help this channel continue to grow. Well, let's get right to the video. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Weekly Options. It is September 30th, and the market just opened moments ago. We're working on the first candle print of the morning on SPX. Looks like the futures are down about 0.1% and a little bit of red on the board. So we're just going to kind of take today as it comes and just see what happens. Let's look at how things are going today. Looks like gold is down 0.5%, and then silver's also down almost 2%. So I'm pretty glad I took my profits yesterday in GLD. If we look at some other things that I'm involved in, HIMS looks like it's opening up down almost 1%. Looks like McDonald's is also down. And Sats, there was some news in Sats about a new deal being done, and so they're opening up, although they are coming down. Let's kind of look at the 4-hour chart on that. And here we are. Got a little bit of activity here, a nice good gap up. We'll see if this results in further buying interest. Been in this name since the 11th of September. And of course, as soon as I purchase it, it kind of trades down for a good week or so. And now we're back up, and we'll see if there's room to run here on EchoStar. But that's the day so far. We're just going to kind of take it as it comes today, be ready to go with the flow, and we'll see if we can end the month on a high note. Just looking here at ticker symbol MELI, Mercado Libre, and I was looking at this one last night. We had a nice good breakout here, and then we've come back and touched the 100 to 200 period moving average here, 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 and we just did it again today. Every time the stock's been able to bounce off of it and hit a newer high. So I'm kind of looking at it this time and seeing if this pattern is willing to repeat itself. It is interesting to me in that respect. So I'll be watching it closely, but I want to get an overall sense of the market sentiment first. Okay, I'm once again long SPX today. We had two wicks that came down and came back up, came down and came back up. I entered right around here when price was around 66.54, and we'll see if this has legs. We went to the low day yesterday, came down about touched it, came down about touched it again, and every time it seems like buyers were ready. So maybe there's some conviction for things to go higher. And so I'm going to go with the direction of these buyers down here. So I'm long SPX today. We'll see what happens with that. Quick look at McDonald's. Let's see if McDonald's can do something today. This is kind of a fun little trade. You know, it's McDonald's. Looking here at the chart of silver, this is the 4-hour chart. We are still just hovering near the all-time highs. And on the 15-minute chart, you can see the price action today. We opened up a little bit lower and it was just immediately bought up. So this tells me that really silver is still going very strong. And, I like it. I will probably trade around this position probably enter position on today, long silver. I'll go out in time, probably go out around 90 to 110 days or so and go in the money, get something around a 60 or 70 delta strike and give this trade a chance to work. It's been working very well. I've been taking my profits along the way, but I think it's time to go ahead and get back into silver. All right, let's go find position in SLV. Okay, I went ahead and got some January 2026 calls. Pretty comfortable with that position. We'll give it time to work. We'll be patient, but I do think this has room to run, and I think we will ultimately get paid on that position. So long silver as of the $42.43 mark. Well, my friends, we are within the last 10 minutes of trading here, and we've had an interesting day on SPX. I came in right here when these buyers on these first two 15-minute candles stepped in, and this was about my entry. And we spent much of the day chopping below that, coming down and touching the high of day from yesterday. And once all this activity was conducted down here and the afternoon session took off, then we started heading higher. And we've just been going higher from there, and it looks like we might be ending at session highs. So my SPX position is in a little bit of a profit. It's not in a tremendous amount of profit, but I will likely take some profits here and just at all times just manage my risk. So that's kind of all I'm going to do between now and market close. The rest of the positions I'm just going to leave open, and we'll just kind of see how those work throughout the early part of October. But we've had a decent September, and I'm going to go ahead and ring the cash register on this little gain today. I'm going to go ahead and close out SPX. I'm also going to go ahead and close out the McDonald's trade. McDonald's has been fun. I made a couple $1,000s in this trade, enough to kind of get some walking around money, maybe to go buy a couple Big Macs. And so I'll go ahead and close this out before the close of business so we can start the month fresh and go from there. So not a bad trade on McDonald's. Not a huge gainer, but a couple $1,000. I'll take it and move on. Okay, so literally like 10 seconds before the market closed, I went ahead and bought more silver. So right there, the market was closing, and I just said, you know what? I just want some more. And my fingers were fumbling, and I just put in a little bit larger of a position on silver to kind of round out my new stake in SLV, and got that position in here right before this candle closed. So I would say I'm now at a full size position in SLV, and we'll see what happens. I think it's got room to run. The month is over, and I think I've had a good month. So let's go ahead and look at the Kimfo for a quick monthly recap. So for the month of September, as I look at the Kinfo, you can see here that I made $604,000 in the month of September, which is great. You know, I had that as my goal to make over $600,000 this month. And as you can see, I only had 4 losing days during the month of September, which is an incredible feat for me. Normally, I have more losing days, but I've been working on tightening up my trading, and I'm pretty happy with that. And the wins have been pretty consistent. So the $604,000 that I made in the month of September is an improvement on the month of August, when I only made $297,000. Happy for both of those months, by the way. But one thing that we can do is just kind of look and see where the wins came. So let's take a look at this. So if we look back at the past month, we can see that most of my P&L wins came in the weekly SPX options. I won $179,000 this month in the weekly SPX option. My next winning equity was in the GLD, where I came in at around $108,903. And then down from that is the next precious metal, silver, where I won $65,566. And then on down from there, we've got some of the miners in here as well. JNUG, I picked up 40,000 in JNUG. I picked up 37,000 in GDX. And then I also had some nice winnings in Hood, Palantir, a little bit in CoreWeave, I think $30,000 in CoreWeave. But then over here, we can see the symbols where I lost. I lost 41,000 in Ethereum. I'm pretty much done trading ETHA ever again. I had a trade in Webull that also lost quite a bit of money. Those were bad trades. And then some of these were trades that I went into with probably poor conviction, or I was following some information of someone else, which is never a good way to trade. Lost money in this trade. USO. Uh, I've never done a good job trading oil. I lost $16,000 in that trade. LB, I lost $9,000 in that trade as well. So, there were some trades that did not work well. So I think going into the month of October, what I want to do is continue to play to my strengths. I'm going to be trading a lot more SPX options. I'm going to be trading a lot more GLD and SLV options and try to continue to push the envelope of my winning and my accuracy in trading. Really glad to have a good month of September at $604,000. I can't believe that. That's really cool. That's a first for me. So let me know down below, what are you trading? How did your month end up? And I hope things went very well for you this month as it did for me. Looking forward to October. Well, folks, that's all I've got for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, guys, take care and happy trading.